Here we are in the south, and it's raining, and it's supposed to rain all day today and all day tomorrow, 100% chance. So I'm driving a more modern vehicle than the Woody because Woodies don't like to be out in the rain. We're on our way up to Virginia to visit a guy I met several years ago while I was writing a book called Barn Find Road Trip. Real interesting guy. His name is Snowball Bishop. Of all the books I've done, Barn Find books, he's one of the favorite people I've ever met. Neat man, neat cars, neat story. So I hope you enjoy it. This man is Snowball Bishop. I met this man a number of years ago when I was writing the book Barn Find Road Trip. We're driving up the highway, right up the Interstate highway, and I looked over my right shoulder, and there was a field full of cars. I said, we've got to go visit that man. And it took a long way to find a way to get here, and I just thought you'd enjoy meeting him and seeing the cars that he has, the cars he's restored in his garage, and the cars he has in the field out back. So you got two 64 Fords here. You restored these yourself?
Yeah, that's in here now. That's unstored car over there.
That's unrestored. Okay, so this is a 64 390.
I found it in the back of barn. It'd been sitting 7 years in the back of barn.
The back of barn.
You know, it was unstored, you know, 4-speed car too.
Yeah.
And
it came with a 4-speed. It was originally a 4-speed car.
He said, I'll tell you what. He said, you probably wouldn't even give me a bit like the rest of them that's come here, don't want to give me nothing for the car. I said, well, I don't know about that. I said, you care if I go look at it? I went on up and looked at it, so I said, that was the original engine at it. Well, he just up and said, would you give me $500 for it? I said, well, certainly I will. I said, you care if I just go ahead and pay you for it today? And I said, I'm down here just across, and next week, so I'll come back and get the car. He said, that'll be fine. So I started on it. I took it off the frame, and I done everything on it.
You took it off the frame, everything, no kidding. Does this have dual exhaust?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Original hubcaps?
Everything original about it.
Now here's another two-door hardtop.
Yeah, this car here now. The old Fords wasn't bringing nothing then when I bought this car. You could buy them for a dime a dozen.
Yeah, what year did you buy this car?
68.
1968. So this car was 4 years old when you bought it. Wow. What'd you pay for it?
Yeah, I bought it for $250.
So $500 and $250. So we'll go inside this building and then we'll walk through the fields out there. That's a rare 4-bar right there. It's an Autolite 4100.
Huh?
You have two of them?
Two of them.
Can I buy them?
I'll sell you one of them. I'll keep one myself. You need
All
one.
right, you got a deal. 4-bar manifolds. So there we got grills for 64s up there. Consoles, 63 grill, steering wheels, new bumpers. I'll put this carburetor right here.
You want that? Which one ever you want.
All right. Now, I want you to tell me about this stock car over here, okay?
Oh, Lordy. You know, I got the motor and everything over in the other garage. Brand new engine. Go back in it on the 4-speed. Well, the 4-speed and the housings are sitting right there somewhere. It goes back in it. Chrysler, you know.
Now, what year is that originally?
I ain't be sure. You know, I run the 37s all the time.
37 Ford Coupe.
Yeah, the coupe. And that this car here could have been a 39. I ain't be sure of the body. I finally found a 37 hood up to Richmond. It's on it now. A boy brought it to me. I used to run the 37 Ford hoods. I liked them the best on it, you know. Mm-hmm. So I've got every piece of it to put it back together.
So when you ran that, did it have a flathead originally?
Yeah, started out with the flatheads in them, you know. I finished sixth in a 100-lap race with a flathead.
With a flathead behind 5 Chevys?
Yeah, the Chevys. I told him, Daddy, I said, we're going to have to do something. And I run with the 312s running good and tried the big block, the 390s and the 427. You know, I love Ford, don't get me wrong, but they just wouldn't run with the 312s and would run better in the 390s and the 406s and 427s. I found out that Richard Petty had a bunch of stuff down to his place left over. 426 wedges stuff. I said, maybe I ought to find out more about that. So we found out and went down there. He had one engine complete sitting in the corner, a 426, had some miles run on it. And he had enough there parts and stuff to maybe to build 2 engines. Old man Lee was living at the
Lee
time.
Petty.
I sat there, he said, boy, what can I do for you? I said, I'm down here looking for some parts to build me a run. I'm thinking about running a Plymouth, parts. I've been running Fords, and I can't run with the Chevrolets. He hollered for Richard to come out there. Says, Richard, that stuff laying over in the corner over there. What are you going to do with it? He said, Dad, I'm not going to do a thing, but he's running, he went to the Hemis, the big stuff.
Yeah.
He said, this boy is interested in buying that stuff. What do you want for it? He said, oh, I don't know, junk price, lop it off to him. That's how he spoke it. Well, I didn't have all that much money with me at the time. He says, would you give $1,200 for all of it? I said, that sounds reasonable enough, but I said, if I had $1,200, I ain't got that much with me. But back then, we didn't know what a credit card was, back then. Had maybe a checking account, not very much in the checking account. Unless if we went to Dad, make the old man go to dig some money out of the green box somewhere, But anyway, he said, how much money you got, boy? I said, I got $1,000 on my money right here. He said, Richard, would you take $1,000 for that stuff? I said, yeah. But I spoke up and I said, now wait a minute here. I said, I got to have some gas money to get back home. I said, I'm 150 miles away from the house. I don't know how far it was down to Rentleman, He said, give me $900. Load it up. I loaded everything up, and that started the ball. They knowed we was in the ball game. We won the championship and with that car in 1972. I don't know how many races that thing did. We put them engines together, kept them, and run them till I run out of 426 stuff. Then I went to the 440 blocks.
So what did you have a 4-speed in there, or
Oh, yeah.
4-speed?
Yeah.
Okay, and a Franklin quick change.
That tells you, what is it? She's right over.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's it right there in the bell house.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere right there.
Whoa, look at that.
So I got the 4-speed there somewhere.
Yep. Well, that's a beauty. Would you sell that car?
No.
No. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna walk around back there a little bit,
Go
okay?
ahead and look at all that junk, whatever y'all want to do.
All right, good. I think you probably get why I like this guy so much. I mean, he's the salt of the earth. He'll tell you just what he thinks. A sweet, sweet guy who grew up on this property in the house right down there, and he said his mother was a school teacher in a 1-room schoolhouse, and that's where he went to school. And he spent his life working mostly for Volvo Trucks, which has a plant near here. But building race cars and restoring old Fords. This is the race car that, now, this should be in a building. I mean, last time I was here, it was in a garage. He would work on it in the garage, and his friends would come over and help him until late at night. And there was no power going to the garage. They had to run the extension cord across the street up into his house, and that's how they got light. In the garage, they could work on the car, and then eventually a card game would break out, and they'd be playing poker, and it'd be 3 in the morning, and his wife, you got to come in now, it's getting late. And he wouldn't come in, so he told me, she just unplugged the extension cord. That was the end of the night. Boys, you got to go home now. So that's where this car was worked on. I would love to buy this car. This is a piece of Virginia racing history. It's run flatheads, it ran Y blocks, and it ran engines from Richard Petty, both 426 Wedges and then 440s. Neat old car. And if I were able to buy this car, I wouldn't even paint it. I'd put clear coat on this thing and build it into a vintage race car and road race it. This is one part of his life, is racing. The other part is restoring old 63, 64 Fords. So we'll walk back here and take a look what he's got. The interesting thing is, everything's for sale. I mean, he'll sell anything. One is the 64 Ford with a tree growing out of the hood, a little tree. That's the little tree. Then there's the 64 Ford over here with a big tree growing out of it. I mean, that is, look at this. This is like an amazing piece of sculpture. He figures he parked this car in 1972. Now look at this one. It's coming, oh, this is too much. It's coming through the floor shift hole in the console and up through the windshield. Unbelievable. So his thing is 63 and 64 Fords. And I asked him, is that when you were born? And he said, I wish that was the day. Parts cars, but he'll sell them. He'll sell parts off them. He'll sell the whole cars. He said some back here are worth fixing and others are not. His is 64, 65. And I'm not sure if he's got stories about these cars or not. This is a pretty rare car, Mercury, and it's a two-door. It's got that slant back window. My friend Bob Mead, who's now my brother-in-law in high school, his parents had one of these. And this back window goes down, it retracts. And we used to put our surfboards inside there to go surfing on Long Island. $390. But you know, this car's a parts car. As we've seen driving out west, Texas, whatever, the cars are in better shape than this. See, this is an unusual car, and I'm not saying you need to fix this up. We'll find another one around here that would be a 65 Galaxie. This is not a Galaxie. It's a 65 Ford Custom. And it had different taillights. Now look at it, it's got like a 63 round taillight inside a 65 almost rectangular housing. The Ford Customs had a different taillight, and it was a different car than the standard 65, and we'll find one here. Okay, so look at this taillight. It looks 63-ish. Well, here's an actual 63. So that taillight kind of looks like this within a 65 housing. We'll find a 65 so you can see what I'm talking about, but that's a rare car. You don't see 65 Ford Customs ever. So these cars, this is what attracted me to meet this man, driving down the interstate and seeing these cars. But he's got some other cars up here in buildings and overhangs that are more of what we're talking about, being barn finds that you could theoretically fix up and drive. So let's go check those out. We love these 390s. So this is Snowball's house up here on the other side of the road. And this is the 63 he told us about. So the red one up by your house, that'll be for sale if somebody wanted to buy it? What do you think you'd ask for something like that?
I was going to try to get around 35 for it.
$3,500? I would, if I were you, I'd get in touch with me so you could buy this car. That's a pretty amazing price. So here's the tonneau cover. Convertibles, I mean, I don't have to tell you, convertibles rot out. They rot out back here because the back window goes bad. And then they rot out up here just because floors rot out in the driver's seat area. So this is a Galaxie 500 963. It's got a 390. It's got an automatic on the column. And he says it runs. Now this is, look how you open this hood. This is pretty cool. You grab the lever, this emblem, pop it up. Well, look at that, chrome valve covers. It's got a 4-barrel, an aftermarket air cleaner. I don't know what kind of 4-barrel that is, it's kind of round. Manual brakes, manual steering. He says that the floors are pretty good in this thing. Seems like a heck of a deal to me. I mean, you could wash this car up and have a pretty nice car. The interior, it's got kind of a velour. That's not original. See, this velour stuff on the door panels is not original, but you could get an interior kit for this thing. He said the floor is weak around the gas pedal, and that's not a surprise. 70,000 miles, you know, and that could be original. 70,000 miles. So it needs a top, obviously. Let's take a look at the trunk. There we go. So there's fender skirts. Okay, so you can see the floor. Yeah, these floors need to be worked on. So what you'd best doing here is going out into the field. You know, we know that he's got plenty of 63 Fords over there, 2-doors, and see if you can find a 63 2-door with a solid trunk and just cut that thing out and cut this out and weld it in. This is weak. This is weak over here, but it's got fender skirts, and I guess this is door trim and side trim that the car is missing. Yeah, see the piece of trim that's in the car probably came off here when this got hit. I think that could be fixed, or he probably has fenders for it as well. So for $3,500 bucks, what a deal. But I'm told it runs. I'll go ask him if he can put a battery in. All right, they're getting a battery. So Snowball has a little bit hard time getting around, but his son Jimmy Bishop. This is Snowball's son. So this is little Snowball.
Well, yeah, this is a little Snowball, and he calls me. Some of them used to call me Snowflake, and I'm like, okay, I can accept that. I can deal with that.
You want to put a little gas in the carb or anything?
Yeah, let me do that. Let's see. I know we can get her.
Are you going to work the throttle?
Let's try.
Want me to work the throttle?
Be careful right now.
Yep. Whoa, man. Man. So can you show us the other one you got down there?
Yeah.
So, not surprisingly, here's another 63 Ford. So, I don't know how many 63 Fords are left on the planet Earth, but about half of them are sitting on Snowball's real estate here. This is a 63 convertible. The drivetrain and the chassis has been all restored. So, new bushings, new tire rod ends, new sway bar mounts, everything is new. It's got power steering. It's a 390, which apparently runs well. It's got a manual gearbox, but it's not a 4-speed, it's a 3-speed. So the chassis has been all restored. Mechanically, the car's been restored, but the body is in need of work. Snowball would like to get $4,000 for this car. So we saw one up the hill there, which is $3,500, which is a 390 automatic. Here we have a 63 convertible 390 with a manual 3-speed gearbox for $4,000. So you're talking $7,500 for two cars. I got to tell you, if you could do a package deal on the two cars, you could at least make one great one, if not two great ones, if you were a handy person. And these prices go back to, well, to the time when he was collecting parts. I mean, look at this place. These are all old Ford parts hanging around here. Starter solenoids, trim rings, rows of carburetors, fuel pumps. If you can buy cars and parts from somebody that was doing it back in the day and doesn't go on eBay, then you're probably getting a pretty darn good deal on it. So I would say between the two cars, $7,500 is a pretty darn good deal. Yeah, well, I know you don't live here. You came over to see us, so I appreciate it, Jimmy. Thank you.
I didn't know for sure if you said rain or shine, and I'm like, okay.
No, we're here.
Yeah.
But I left the Woody home today. Woodies don't like rain. So I hope you've enjoyed coming with us, visiting Snowball Bishop, an amazingly interesting guy who's told us about the stories of his race car, restoring his cars, the cars that he has to be restored or for sale, and his parts cars. He's kept us entertained all afternoon. The rain's held off. It's been a wonderful time, and I wish you could join us on a trip like this. Happy hunting. Okay, so we were talking about 65s before. So this is your dad's car. He told me once it was your car. That's a 390 as well? Oh, that's got headers on it? Wow. Nice car.